Archaeological discovery unravels the secrets and challenges our ideas about human history. Here are 10 greatest archaeological discoveries ever. Number 10. Pompeii, a volcanic eruption which was pretty devastating to Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD. This ancient Roman city was buried under ash and stone. After the eruption, the city was destroyed and the inhabitants were dead. A tragic tale, but one that left us with a vast archaeological site and a stash of Roman treasure. Buried under ash, there was no moisture, so buildings, objects, and dead bodies have all stayed preserved for thousands of years. A big deal of our knowledge we have on everyday life in Roman city is owed to this very existence. Number 9. Tutankhamun's tomb. The great Tutankhamun owes his fame to Howard Carter and George Herbert's discovery of his grave in 1922. KV-62, the Egyptian marker for the tomb, was found fairly intact in the Valley of the Kings, although small in size and clearly intended for a private individual instead of royalty. The tomb included over 2,000 pieces of priceless antiques. Tutankhamun stays a worldwide symbol and sparks renewed curiosity in ancient Egypt every day. It was a great find that contributed a substantial deal to archaeological understanding. Number 8. Rosetta Stone, dating back to 196 BC. The Rosetta Stone was inscribed with a decree from the Ptolemaic king Ptolemy V, inscribed in 3 languages: Demotic script, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, and ancient Greek. Its discovery in 1799 made it the first ancient Egyptian bilingual text discovered in modern times. The language had formerly been impossible to crack, and a bilingual find of this type meant we could begin to make sense of hieroglyphs. We can now translate almost any artifact with ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs, thanks to the discovery of the Rosetta Stone. Number 7. Terracotta Army. The Terracotta Army is an amazing collection of terracotta sculptures representing the armies of China's first emperor, Qin Shi Huang. It's an illustration of funerary art made with the symbolic purpose of protecting the emperor in his afterlife. The army dates from the 3rd century BC and numbers about 8,000 soldiers, 130 chariots, and 520 horses. It tells us a lot about how Chinese warriors were equipped at the time, the weapons they utilized, and the clothes they wore. Number 6. Richard III's grave. The last Plantagenet king of England, Richard III's standing as a prince killer, crookback, and overall nasty power grabber is a mainstay of English mythology. Despite his humiliation, his burial site remained a puzzle until the Looking for Richard project in 2012. With the help from the University of Leicester's Archaeological Services, the project located human remains within the site of the former Greyfriars Friary Church in Leicester. The remains were tested and scientifically proven to be those of Richard III, attracting much media attention. Number 5. Olduvai Gorge. This 30-mile province of Tanzania's Rift Valley is responsible for much of what we know about the evolution of hominins and the eventual presence of our species. Fossil remains found in Olduvai Gorge exhibit that precursor human species date as far back as 1.9 million years ago. They also show how we have increased in social and mental complexity via stone tool use and a hunter-gatherer lifestyle. Tools and animals remain discovered in a central area, indicating developing social interaction, and these phenomena are seen in increasing fashion in the more recent remains. Our species, Homo sapiens, are thought to have occupied the site from around 17,000 years ago. Number 4. Cave of Altamira. The Cave of Altamira illustrates a fascinating example of where the fields of archaeology and anthropology meet to tell a captivating story. The Spanish cave possesses prehistoric paintings of mammals and human hands, and when it was discovered in 1880 it was the first find of its kind. The discovery totally changed our learning of prehistoric humans, who were previously believed to lack the academic capacity for artistic expression. The relics date back to between 14,000 and 20,000 years ago, giving us a peek into the lives of our very distant ancestors. Number 3. Dead Sea Scrolls. The Dead Sea Scrolls are a collection of 800 manuscripts discovered in 11 caves, just 2 kilometers inland from the Dead Sea. The texts are some of the prematurely known Hebrew biblical documents, and date over 700 years before the birth of Jesus Christ. They've provided excellent insight for biblical translators, shining a light on what the Bible was like 2,000 years back, and how it was put together by different individuals over many years. Number 2. Easter Island Moai. Archaeologists have recorded 887 gigantic statues on Easter Island, a Chilean Polynesian island in the Pacific Ocean. The statues are known as moai, and are an amazing tribute to the Rapa Nui individuals dating to between 1250 and 1500. What's so interesting about the moai is the feat it must have taken for their transportation across the isle. Legends among the Rapa Nui people remember how they used divine power to command the statues to walk. Number 1. Staffordshire Hoard. The Staffordshire Hoard denotes the largest hoard of Anglo-Saxon gold and silver metalwork ever found, consisting of over 3,500 items. The hoard was found by a metal detectorist planted underneath a farmer's field in Staffordshire, UK, in 2009. The discovery is said to have completely changed the perception of Anglo-Saxon England, and watching as the hoard accounts for over 60% of all the Anglo-Saxon items we've conserved. That isn't surprising. The hoard was valued at over £3 million. This brings us to the end of our video. If you enjoyed it, then please don't forget to drop us a like down below. And also don't forget to subscribe our channel for more such amazing content.